Hey y'all. So, the economy is really bad right now, and it's been bad for a long time. They say the two things that break up a marriage and relationships are money and sex. So, I'm just wondering how you guys feel about this here. And male or female, you guys can answer this question for me. Most of the time, the men are the head of the household. They take care of the finances as far as bringing money into the home. So the norm is, you may be a at-home mom or whatever like that. So your husband is, bringing home the bacon, or you may have the two-family income or what have you. So this is actually geared to the two-family income home. Since the economy was so bad, and it's been its worst in a number of years, a lot of years. What happened to your relationship with that? Did you step up to the plate and do what you needed to do for things to continue on? Did you leave the relationship because it got to be too much financially? Did you hound the person that lost their job throughout this turmoil we've been going through in America? Did you stick by their side? Did you even pitch in? Maybe you weren't working. So did you go out and maybe see if you can obtain work? How did you handle this situation? Now, coming on a personal note on this, we went through this, and my honey was out of work for 4 years. He was laid off from a reputable company. Okay, so he did a number of things. Now, mind you, we weren't married. We're not married, and he went through a number of things that he tried. He tried looking for work. Of course, he, pulled his unemployment benefits. He went to real estate school. We both did, and obtained the real estate license, but that went kaplooey because nobody's got money, so nobody's really gonna be looking to buy homes. So his next step was barber school. So he did that, finished that, got in a shop, and when you're in a small community, there's already a number of beauty shops, barber shops, nail shops, liquor stores, churches, all that kind of thing. You get what I'm saying. So that market is pretty plugged into already. And with that, it's just like the real estate business. You have to have your clientele in order to survive. That the barbershop industry, you actually would last longer, and you can actually pull through that better than you could with the real estate, because your clientele is already established, so they want to continue to look good, even though other things may be falling apart. So of course I stuck by his side. I got the little flap back talk. You know, you gotta do this all by yourself and this, that, and the other, and you need help running the household. My response to that is, look, what do he need a woman for that's only gonna roll with him through the good? You can find any chick for that. And plus, I'm not that type of female. I don't believe in 50-50. I believe in we do this together. Whether I pull 90 and you pull 10, or you pull 70 and I pull 30, or whatever the case may be. There's no such thing as 50-50. Now, also during this time, I didn't nag him because he was handling his business. You have to remember, ladies, when you're dealing with men and they have lost their jobs that they've been working at for years, their home has to be a sacred place where they can come and they are stress free. Now, it's different if you have someone and you need to get on their back about trying to find something to replace what they lost or what have you, this and that. But if you know you got a good dude and you know you got a good man and your husband is doing everything he needs to do, don't ride that man. He already feel bad enough because he feel like he is not being the total man that he needs to and wants to be by bringing in income. That's already a punch to his ego. So he don't need to hear from you. What did you do today? How many jobs did you look for? How many applications did you put in? Did you call them back? Did you no? He don't need to hear that. You have, again, this goes back to my video. You have to know who your mate is. You have to know that. You got to know who you're dealing with from the gate. Okay? Understand it's hard out here. And if he doing what he needs to do, it's all good. He should be chipping in around the house more. Yes, he should be doing that. But give him a minute, because he trying to figure out his place. Where's his place now? Because he used to being gone for what, 8 to 12 hours a day? So give him a break. Talk to him nicely and kindly. Well, baby, you know, if you could, can you do such and so and so and so while I'm going to work? Something like that. Don't be on him and all kneading his back like that. You got to be careful how you present things that you need to have done around the house. A lot of times situations like this happen and the female will dart off. You know, she don't want no more parts of this. He not making the big 6 figures or the high 5 figures. He not making that type of money no more. So I gotta bounce. I gotta find somebody else that I can roll with that's got a little more paper. You have to be that ride or die chick. You have to be that ride or die wife. You have to do that. That's how marriages last. That's if you trying to get you a husband Those are the qualities that a man looks for. He want to know, my baby got my back regardless to what we go through, bad things. I already know she can flow with me on good things. I take her on shopping sprees, give her cash, put money in her pocket. But what if I'm down and out? What if I can't do all of that? What if I can't get her hair and nails done every week, every 2 weeks? What if I can't do that? Is she still going to be with me? You got to show them what kind of material you made of. I had no problems whatsoever in having his back. None whatsoever. I know a lot of females that had to do that. I know a lot of wives that had to step up to the plate. Some of them went and had to go get another job just to carry the load. But that's what you do when you in a solid relationship. When you really want to make it work. When you really that down chick like that. That's what you do. That's what it takes to make it work and make it last. And I'm going to tell you something. The storm don't last long. It don't last forever. And in the end, when it's all said and done and you did what you needed to do to make that relationship last, to keep that household together, he going to remember that. He might not say nothing, but they pay attention. Trust me, they pay attention to all of that. You got to remember with men, since they're not very verbal, they're not verbal at all. Let me rephrase that. They watch though. They see things that we think they're not even paying attention to. So trust when I tell you, they watching. And when everything is over with, and they see who came through the storm with them, they'll remember. And then they're going to tell you once they come through that. So if you ain't doing what you need to do, by the time that storm is over with, and he pack up his stuff and he hit the door, or he tell you got to go, don't wonder why. Don't wonder why. Ladies, we have to be the backbone to our men. And that's a mouthful right there. The backbone. Behind every strong man, there's a strong woman. But when we say strong, we're not talking about beating him down, putting your foot down, and you're not raising a kid. This is a man. This is a man. And I'm talking about a man. I'm not talking about the boy. You got to know the difference between the man and the boy. Behind every strong man, there's a strong woman. And that means you have his back. You are there to support him. You are there to push him through his hard time. To comfort him through his hard time. To let him know, baby, I see you. I see your efforts. I see you doing what you need to do to try to keep this boat afloat. I see you, baby, and I love you so much for it. That's what you got to do. That's what you got to say. And you got to mean it when you say it. And it's a hard road. I know it's a hard road. One income, grown folk bills. Grown folk bills. And now you got to do it all by yourself when you used to having maybe a check and a half to yourself a month. That hurts. Now you got to go dip into the savings and you got to do this and you got to do that. It's starting over, man. I'm telling you, it's starting over. But that's life. Life ain't always peaches and creams. If y'all started out good, this the first time you had to go through anything that's strenuous like this, a financial burden, this will really put your relationship to the test. So ask yourself, how deep is your love? How deep is your love? Is it blood deep or is it green deep? Alright, y'all. I'll let you on the next one. Bye-bye.